All right, welcome back, everyone. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Hope you all had a really good New Year's. 2022, we're in the fucking future. Zooming away. It's really weird.
Yeah.
Have you had to write down 2022 yet?
No, but as soon as it ticked over to 2022, I was like, this does not feel right.
No, it feels wrong. I'm still running 2020.
Oh, 2020 was fantastic. I mean, not necessarily the content of the year, but the script, the illustration of 2020.
It was very aesthetically pleasing.
It was nice. It was nice. I didn't mind 2021 either. I really like 2021. Don't like 20. I think it's just too many twos. Too many twos in there.
Yeah, it's weird.
I don't like it. I'm not a fan.
Anyway, then we got that out of the way. You can see our faces, everyone. This is a video podcast. Also, it's an audio podcast, but it's video as well because it's a special one today. You probably all could tell from the title. We're doing listener stories.
Listener stories. Oh, listener stories. So the listener story, or I was going to say episodes, but the one listener story episode that we've already done was so much fun.
Yeah, I loved it.
It was our Halloween episode, which is available on YouTube for everyone to watch. And then the one other video that we've done was our Christmas video, which is for Patreons only. So you're very lucky that you can watch this. Even though you're not a Patreon member.
We'll do this
available for everyone.
Yeah, because it's all your stories, so I mean, it only makes sense.
It makes sense.
I'm so excited. We've had quite a lot of you send in some stories, so we're really happy to read them out. We're always taking them in because we want to do these episodes whenever we can, so send them in to spookymountainpodcast@gmail.com.
Yes.
If you got something.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I was just so excited to say this thing.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That's such a bad habit of mine. It's just to cut people off. It's extra exciting because Steph hasn't actually... So I was the person to compile all the stories and Steph hasn't actually read them or heard them. So we are both going to be reading them out.
Yeah. But I'm going in blind. I have no idea what I'm reading.
Steph is going in blind. So I'm really excited to hear your reaction to some of these stories.
I feel like it's going to be like reading out in school. You know, when you'd have to read a paragraph from the textbook and you're trying not to fuck it up.
And your voice is shaking and you're like...
My voice is going to crack. I'm so nervous.
That used to happen to me. Oh, you should be nervous. You should be nervous. There's some pretty wild stories in there.
Hell yeah. I'm so fucking keen. I'm so excited.
Oh, yeah. There's one in particular that you are reading out that, I got goosebumps when I read through it for the first time. So, I won't tell you which one it is, and I'll maybe let you
Don't tell me, because I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah.
I've just got a Google Doc that's...
At the end, you can guess which one it is.
Yeah, I'll guess which one it is. I'm sure.
And I have some really exciting stories and spooky stories to tell as well. But how about we get into some housekeeping stuff?
Yeah.
Before we kind of get into our stories, because it is going to be quite a long episode this week because all the stories are quite long. So let's whip through our housekeeping and then we maybe get to it.
Yeah, for sure.
So something that we need to mention just really quickly is that we think that we haven't been receiving all of our reviews.
Yeah, something's happening. I don't know what the fuck is going on. We're still trying to figure out the whole podcast world and we think we've signed up to everything and at some point it's kind of cut off where we think reviews should be coming through. So
yeah, it's really strange. We use a service called Podkite, which is supposed to like compile all our reviews from all our podcasting platforms. But for some reason, it's actually only showing our Apple podcast reviews. So if you've submitted a review on a different platform, I don't think we're able to see it right now. And we're just mentioning it because we do like to read our reviews out
Yeah.
on our episodes, and we're not ignoring you. We just haven't been able to read them just yet. So, yeah.
Let us know.
Let us know.
Can you, if you want to DM us and let us know, like, you know, what platform you used it on and whatever your review was, so we can actually go and search for it.
Yeah.
Or even just send us a screenshot, because we definitely want to, you know, keep a flow going of all the reviews, so they're not going to be read out, you know, like 2 months later or whatever. So,
yeah. And we just want to, you know, show our appreciation for leaving a review as well. So, and yeah, if you send us a screenshot or just let us know what platform you are using, we can actually hit up the services or the Podkite service and be like, hey, we're not receiving our reviews from, like, you know, these
we've actually got proof.
Yeah, and then it can be sorted. So, yeah, we're sorry if we haven't read out your review just yet. We'll get there eventually, yeah.
And then also we got some really exciting stuff coming up already. We're like a few days into the new year, and there's so many exciting things happening only in this month already that we're sorting out. It's so exciting. We can't really say anything yet, but big things are happening. It's
big
really
things.
Cool.
It may involve an interview, but that's all we're going to say. That's all we can say. Can't say anything else.
It's very exciting. So
it's a big one. So
Spooky Mountain is steamrolling ahead, and we're very excited to see what the hell is going to happen at the end of the year if this is only January.
Yeah, the world is going to implode. Is that all our housekeeping done? Did we just smash through that?
That was really quick. Yeah, that was good. What did you do for your New Year's? Did you do anything fun?
Oh, mama. I just had such a wild New Year's. Nah.
What?
I didn't. I had the opposite. I had the total opposite. It was just me and my partner at home with our baby asleep. Yeah. We bought a couple of bottles of bubbly and he played his computer for most of the night, and I watched Sex and the City for most of my night until it was like 10 to 12. And then we're like,
we should probably congregate. And
let's come together and like eat some cheese and pour a new glass of bubbly. But honestly, that's kind of just what I wanted.
Yeah.
We were thinking about camping, but
nice,
which would be really nice. I love camping, but I've never camped with our daughter before since having her. I don't know how the fuck I would make it work, and she's just such a firecracker that
she could just open the tent and just go for a little run in the middle of the night. Oh my god, that's so scary.
And then just like if we're camping near water, it's like I gotta constantly, like, I would be watching her anyway, but constantly making sure that she doesn't get into the water, and then it's just a bit,
Jesus, that's so true. I didn't even think of that.
Too high
sounds
maintenance.
Good. I think everyone had the same kind of New Year's plans. Like, even for me, it was really chill. We just went to a friend's and we hung out, played some board games, we all got really wasted.
Oh, that's
great.
fun.
It was only like a few of us, and then went to the park down the road. There was heaps of locals that were just setting off fireworks, and
that's fun. That's really nice when it's kind of like wild but small.
Yeah, it was good. It was only 5 of us, and we had so much fun. We just talked heaps of shit.
Oh, that's great.
Got really drunk, made cocktails, and
ooh, what kind of cocktails were you drinking?
Mango and strawberry daiquiris.
Oh, fuck yes.
And then gin and tonics as well. So nothing on the gin and tonics. They were fucking delicious because it was so hot. Like,
oh my god,
it was so fucking hot.
Yeah, it was hot. We made pina coladas. I've never even had a pina colada in my life, and then
really?
Yeah, never had one, and then out of the blue, I was like, we should make pina coladas for New Year's, and so went out and bought like really good ingredients and white rum and everything, all the fancy garnishes and shit. And I didn't even have one. I didn't even have one on the night, but I bought the stuff. I had pina coladas the next day. But
for breakfast.
For breakfast, brekkie penas, But on the night it was just a couple of glasses of bubbly and that's it.
Yeah.
But it was fucking hot, wasn't it? It was
it was really gross. Hot. In the day I pretty much it was really hot in the day actually. I just because we got a sprinkler now, so I've literally
Nice.
just been in my underpants every day in the
Fuck yeah.
backyard with the sprinkler on, just weeding, and that's why I'm
Yeah.
so burnt. Like
You're
I've got this like you can't really see because I've got like this filter on, but like my back and my arms, like I'm gonna go brown in like a day.
Oh yeah.
But today I just topped it off because yesterday I even went to the beach. And then
Right.
we
so
went up to
you've-
the central. Fuck, I've done
Yeah.
my back is a whole different type of. It's going to be very brown, and the rest will be like kind of brown.
Oh yeah.
You know, it's
that
like-
was the spot that was like full
Yeah,
sun
it's just
exposure.
sun, and then even just this afternoon, I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna go out in the sun and just fucking chop all the lavender bushes up, and do all the hedging. And I just realized the whole time my back is against the sun, just cooking. And I'm like, I can feel it crisping.
Fuck. Yeah, because
then my face
you
got a bit
tan
toasted.
pretty fast, don't you?
I tend very fast. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like I'll be so burnt, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, you're gonna be a beetroot for like a week." I'm like, "I'll literally give
Just
me 2
watch.
days. I'll be fine."
Yeah. I am the total opposite. I have like my European family skin, not the beautiful olive indigenous
Yeah.
fucking like glow. I've got like the flaky pasty.
Oh, the pasty is
pasty,
beautiful
yeah.
though. Like I love
Ooh, no.
like really. I mean, look, I understand when you get like burnt because
Yeah.
it's fucked, and like my
It's
mum
fucked.
is very Scottish, very
Yeah.
very white, but then when
Yeah.
she gets burnt, she goes red and then just freckles, so it looks
Freckles.
like a tan because she has that many freckles because she loves the sun.
Oh yeah, this was my next
It's so
point.
bad.
This is exactly what I was gonna say. Like
Yeah.
I go so pink and red, and then I peel like nothing else. I peel so much, and then my freckles literally, and I know this is kind of like a funny thing to say, but it's true. It happens. My freckles join together.
Yeah.
And I get brown, like just brown
Yeah.
on my shoulders because I'm literally
Yeah.
just covered in freckles, like from head to toe. I've got so many freckles. And so they just get really, really dark. So that's my tan is just my
There you
freckles
go.
joining together.
Yeah, just become one giant freckle.
Giant freckle,
You
yeah.
trick everyone to thinking you've got a hectic tan. You're like,
I
just
wish.
one freckle.
I fucking wish. Have you, you know what? Have you ever heard of people injecting themselves to get tans?
I have someone very close to me.
Me too.
Does
Oh,
it? It's the first time I heard of it only like a few months ago. And I was like, please tell me you're joking. But it's a real thing.
It is. It is. Someone very close to me does it as well. Yeah, she would inject herself in the ass. I think it was in the ass. But she had to stop because she was getting like chronic headaches every day.
Oh, well, there you go.
Which,
yeah,
you know,
it's,
but she-
it's not good for you.
It's.
I mean, look, hey, the sun's not good for me either, but I'm getting something. Like, I'm in the sun for a reason, you know?
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
doing
Well, this is the thing. Like, you inject yourself with this tanning shit. It's not like you're not
I don't
injecting
even.
it.
I haven't even asked you any questions about it because I'm just like, my brain's shutting off now. Like, this is
Yeah.
fucking weird.
Yeah, it's weird. It like triggers melanin, not melatonin. Melanin.
Melanin.
Melanin. The,
Melatonin is
the sleep one, right?
I think is a sleep one, and
think that's the
melanin
one.
is
This is the skin one. Yeah, it triggers like melanin production in your skin, but you still need to be in the sun. You still need to go out into the sun for like 20 minutes, half an hour. So you're still getting that like sun damage and the, you know, like the,
yeah.
I don't know. It's very, it sounds a bit
It is
scary
weird.
to me.
I might also just mention, because I just forgot, my cat is literally behind me, so I'm sure.
Is it Ernie or Barnaby?
This is that's Barnaby. So he's a
Barnaby.
small.
Oh, he's a small
little
one.
petite man.
A small
A
boy.
little petite man cat.
Little boy.
The big boy Ernie's, we probably won't see him. He's probably asleep waiting. But yeah, that's who's in the background.
So if we see a big white cloud floating around, it's
Yeah,
just Steph's
with
cat.
just like eyes glowing in the background.
Yeah,
Like a big
yeah, that does sometimes happen when I'm
does.
like watching you when we're recording.
Definitely. Yeah, it definitely happens.
All right, I reckon we should
Yeah.
stop chit-chatting because we've got a long episode ahead of us, and I'm so excited to see Steph's reactions to these stories.
Me too. Jesus. All right.
So we're going to take it in turns, and Steph's up first, and
Okay. So
here we go.
all right. Well, our very first one. So this is actually from Meg. So Meg's a long-time listener. She's got the she has an Instagram page called Under the Lotus. So definitely follow her. She does awesome ceramics.
Pottery. Yeah,
And,
she's a pottery genius.
Yeah. She makes awesome shit.
Yeah.
So she sent in a story, which I'm going to read out. So I never thought I'd have one, as I know the people who built my house and there have never been a death recorded on the property. However, living on stolen land, that can't be assured. Just over a year ago, my partner was being woken in the night to someone yelling his name. He's not a deep sleeper and I have a sleep talking habit, so he blamed the children and me even though he swore it was a man's voice. Okay, so, you know.
I hope this isn't too hard to read out after you've because you've never read them before.
No,
but
no,
I've made sure that all the stories are as easy as possible to...
Yeah, bear with us, everyone.
Yeah.
This is going to be a few things here. We haven't done a lot of proofreading on these. I started experiencing the most awful, violent nightmares despite being on medication that sedates me heavily and is designed to prevent dreaming to dampen my PTSD symptoms. However, these were not PTSD dreams. Very different. We ignored it, figured it was just nothing or Mercury renegade or something. My mood was messed up from the nightmares and my partner was messed up from being woken up by someone yelling his name. So it was not a happy house.
Very intense.
Yeah. My 6-year-old kept complaining that her brother was jumping on the top bunk all night and waking her up, but he denied it. I believed him because he's the kid that sleeps like the dead. Then one afternoon, as I napped alone, naps are life, fight me, that's in brackets. Agree. I woke up suddenly as I felt what seemed like being smacked in the face with a board. Okay. My nose was bleeding and my head hurt so badly. But then I was scared. Nothing like a blow to the face to really make you notice. Clearly this was getting stronger. Being the little hippie witch I am, we went straight to the occult store and bought some rocks, incense, and anything I could think of. I painted protective sigils. Sigils.
Jesus
Christ, you can tell I'm not. Yikes.
You're doing great, honey.
Painted protective sigils on our door, on our mattress, and spent the rest of the day doing cleansing and protective ritual through our home. Fucking exhausting.
Yeah.
But after that, everything calmed down. So, weird apart, my partner never remembers this. It not only went on for months, but he drove me to buy the cleansing supplies I didn't have on hand and watch the kids while I did my rituals. I've spoken about it often with friends and family and even with my partner, and every single time it takes several minutes and a lot of information for my partner to remember this incident. I've looked into it and it can be common for people not to remember completely until very reminded. Anyway, I've been meaning to send this to you for ages. Love you both and hang out every Wednesday. Thanks, Meg.
Thanks,
That's
Meg.
fucking creepy.
It's creepy. It is creepy, but we've definitely started off with like one of the mildest of the stories. I'm not trying to downplay like Meg's experience.
Freaking out,
all.
warming us up
yeah.
perfectly for the storm.
Yeah.
That's really unnerving.
It's unnerving. The thing is that she had a nosebleed from the whack across the face. So
yeah,
there's like that physical
I wonder if she had like a
reaction.
handprint as well. You know, some people have like the handprints. That would be so scary. Oh my God. I can't even imagine being like hit, like woken up
I
to
know.
that smack. That's fucking creepy.
That would be so terrifying because I'm presuming it's kind of like nighttime or in the dark as well.
Yeah.
Well, she was
nap.
asleep.
When you say nap, I assume day.
Oh, nap.
So it's
no,
probably
it wasn't
in the day.
nighttime sleep. Yep.
Night
Okay.
naps.
Oh, that would a night nap. That would be even worse, I reckon.
Yeah, I think I'd be more scared because you'd expect creepy shit at night. I don't like it
yeah.
when it's in the day.
And you would think there's someone in your room as well because you've just
True.
been hit across the face and it's dark and you can't see what the fuck's going on, you know? But yeah, Meg, that's fucking creepy.
And I'm assuming you're still there, so that's really scary. Well, I'm
Yes.
glad it's gone, but still also,
Oh, yeah.
you know, keep your seagulls.
You see your seagulls. Keep your seagulls in line, love.
Seagulls in check, you know.
All right. Well, I'm going to move on to my first story. And this is from a person named Tara. And I actually know Tara personally. And Tara is she's a quite spiritual person anyway. But yeah, this story definitely kind of left me a bit like, oh my God, what the fuck?
Okay.
So this story I'm about to tell you, I promise, is 100% true and occurred over a period of exactly 3 days. I was about 6 years old and in grade 1. The year was 1994, and one night I was laying in my parents' bed, and my father, he was working night shift while it was just my mother and I in bed. My mother was asleep. Her bedroom door was open and I could see out into our lounge room. And suddenly a very eerie feeling came over me. And then I saw what I assumed to be an apparition of what I can only describe as a ghost of a clown in an olden style beige jumpsuit with big red spots all over.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hang on a second. This is the second fucking story. What is going on? That
Yeah.
is so fun. I don't even think clowns are scary, but evidencing a clown ghost looks like
I
fucked.
know. I'm not like your typical scared of ghost type, but they can be quite creepy.
Oh, okay, sorry. Yeah, continue. This is.
Yeah, this is pretty intense, this story.
Oh my
So,
god.
the clown was tall and skinny and had a matching long pointed hat with a red pom-pom on top. It was levitating above the lounge with one arm bent, hand on his head, and the other arm bent with his hand on his hip, looking intently at me. I recall feeling quite scared, and it was there for a while as I lay motionless and terrified. Then it disappeared in an instant. Then, in our back room of our house, we had an old pianola, and a single note was played. Just
A pianola?
a pianola. I'm presuming I should have
Fancy
Googled
piano?
it. I'm guessing it's just like a small piano.
Yeah.
Or
Tiny piano.
a type of piano.
I'm thinking fancy piano, tiny piano.
I'm thinking tiny, but could be a fancy tiny piano, maybe.
Piano and yeah. Okay.
Just a fancy piano. Okay, so the next night, I reluctantly had to sleep in my own room. My door was open, and from my room, I could see our hallway that led from my room down into our kitchen. I was wide awake, looking down the hallway, and unsurprisingly, I felt scared to be alone. I don't remember it showing up, but I remember the events that occurred next. Another clown was standing at the end of the hallway in our kitchen. This one was like the other in a beige jumpsuit. So now we have two.
The beige jumpsuit throws me.
I know, it almost makes me feel like it's a black and white film or like an old style creepy film about
It's like
clowns.
a janitor fucking clown or something.
Oh yeah. Or the clown from you may not have seen it. The clown from American Horror Story. I forget his name.
No, I haven't seen it.
Oh, fuck.
I haven't seen that season. Is that the Freak Show one?
Freak Show. Yes,
Yeah,
the
I
Freak
haven't
Show one.
watched
He's missing like part of his face and he
Oh, man.
kills people. So that's kind of what this is reminding me of a little bit.
I'm scared.
So this one was much shorter and quite large with big black spots. I'm not sure how long it was standing there before it proceeded to run with its feet pointing outwards, hopping on one foot to the other, running up the hallway to my bed. I covered my head with the blanket, and that is all I can remember of this night. So the running, it's the fucking running that got me for this, with this story.
That is so disgusting.
I know.
That description is
I know.
fucking disgusting.
It's terrifying. The next morning, I was standing in front of my dressing table, which had a huge mirror. I was brushing my hair, and in the reflection behind me was my wardrobe and my bedroom door. Inside the wardrobe, whilst looking in the reflection, I could see the same clown from the following night standing inside my wardrobe, staring from right behind me. I panicked and turned around to find nothing but clothes. I returned back to the mirror to find him still staring at me, and once again turned around to find him gone. I did this one more time, and when I turned back to look in my wardrobe, he was there, standing right there looking at me face to face. I remember being scared, but I also remember feeling an odd sense of calmness, which I was surprised to read. I didn't think that's what she would have felt. My mother walked through my door, and I turned my attention to her in a panic state and looked back to the wardrobe to find the clown gone once again. This was, so it's gone now. This was the only time I ever saw these clowns, and to this day, I'm still not quite sure what it was or what it meant, but have had many theories over the years. I went to school that day and told these events to the other kids at school for News Day, for news, as it was News Day.
Okay.
I received an award for interesting news, which I still have to this day. And from that moment, I was always looked at as the weird girl in school. Yeah, so that's...
That's really, really scary, because I'd be so nervous that this clown's just going to come back. I mean, I wonder if it's if she still goes back to that house, or if that house has had any other weird things.
I know. I did ask her a few questions, but she didn't quite get back to me about them. So if she does get back, I'll definitely report in like future episodes.
Please do.
Yeah.
I want to know, like, if anyone else has had things like that in the house, or if it's just something. Yeah, maybe it's just following you,
around. This is the thing, like I say, she's a pretty spiritual person, but it is almost like she attracts shit, like things follow her.
Yeah, one of those people. Yeah.
I mean, I did ask her. I'll definitely get back once she does reply. But yeah, I asked her like what her theories are on like where they came from or what they were doing there, and I was like, do you think that maybe there was an old circus in the area? Which I don't think that would be the cause of something like this.
That's so creepy. Yeah. Was there a clown buried under your house?
I know. Or is it just like trying to trick you into, because it's a clown, happy clown.
Maybe he used to live there. Maybe there was a man that lived there who used to dress as a clown. And he was a clown. And he's just trying to entertain you.
He's just trying to make you laugh, Tara.
Yeah, he's like, why aren't you laughing?
Yeah, that's why he keeps on coming back. It's like, why isn't she laughing?
Oh my God, that is so fucked up. That is so scary.
I know. How fucked up is that? Imagine you've seen some pretty fucked up ghost shit. Imagine seeing
like
a clown.
A clown is really, like, I've only seen like silhouette stuff, nothing like in color, like put it that way. So that's really,
it's quite different.
Yeah, I feel like I mean, I have seen a lot of ghosts, but I feel like it makes it so much more real if you're actually seeing, their facial features and what they're wearing and everything like that. Like that really fucking scares me.
Oh, imagine if you saw it like smile at you. But I mean, the hop, running, dancing thing was pretty terrifying anyway, so.
That's really creepy. And how old was she again?
She was, I think, 6. Yeah, she was 6.
That's so young.
I know.
To remember something like that is really scary.
Very scary. Very scary.
Because I don't think I didn't really see clowns that much at that age either.
No,
like, really.
Because you and I are pretty much the same age, and so she's only like a couple of years older than us. So it's not like it's a whole different time where clowns were super, common or whatever,
I don't think many people had clowns at birthday parties.
No, not at all.
Really a thing.
No way. No way. But yeah, I really like that one. I thought that was a great story.
That's very fucking cool. Yeah. All right. Well, move on to the next one. So this is Skittle's story. Okay. Oh my God. I'm so nervous.
Oh, it's 'cause I'm sorry to put you on this.
No, I love this. I like being nervous. Yeah. All right. Skittle, let's get into it. I have some paranormal thing to tell you, but I don't know if just a message can do it justice. When I was 8 years old, we lived on a cul-de-sac, and around the same time, my auntie had just passed. One day, not long after she had passed, I was walking to the end of my road and I was bawling my eyes out. But then something that my aunt said to me came into my mind, which was, I'll appear like a blanket over the sky, and that's how you know I'll be looking out for you. At the end of my street, I looked up to the sky while I was crying, and all of a sudden, it was like someone waved a colourful sheet over the sky. I don't know why or how it happened, but it did. Another part of the story is that my nan always saw herself as a white witch. One day at the local high school, which is the one I attended, me and my friend went into the girls' bathroom, paid for some tampons, and we could go and throw them at boys in the school. After the end of the day, I walked home where I was living with my nan at the time, and when I got in the door, my nan said to me, Jodie said you got into trouble today. She said you got women's feminine products and threw them at the boys. I was shocked because the school did not have her number. They didn't know how to reach her ever. But Jodie, the person she mentioned, was a child she had lost years ago. And she told me detail for detail what I did that day and why she was concerned and embarrassed for me. That's fucking weird.
It's fucking weird, yeah.
Another thing I've experienced was my granddad died when I was 8 months old, and around the same time, I used to talk all the time about an imaginary friend I had. When I was 4, I saw a picture of my granddad and started screaming, Mom, that's my imaginary friend. And I have a lot more, but I could only explain if I could talk to you. It's much too hype. It's too much to type, yeah. So I think we'll have to, once we get the whole interview thing out of the way, that sounds fucking sick.
Hit Skittle back up for sure.
Skittle, that's really creepy. The first one's really nice. It's really nice. Like that.
Oh, it's such a kind of feeling of presence of people that you've lost.
That one's really nice. And then I got scared by the second one.
It's a bit creepy. I really liked those because they weren't like super spooky. It is kind of like
not spooky. It's just like, oh my gosh, wow! Like these things do happen. Like.
For sure.
Just having family kind of coming into your life and giving you little signs here and there.
Yeah, definitely.
That's really nice.
Yeah, I
like
for
that
sure
one.
like stories that just give you a feeling that like when it's your time to go, it's not forever.
Yeah.
And, there's people still kind of like watching you and still with you,
Yeah.
So I really
like
that story. Well, there's few stories.
That was really nice. Yeah, Skittle, we'll definitely have to hit you up down the track and get
get your other stories. Yeah, our next listen episode. All right, so it's my turn now for my next story, and this one is very special. It's a bit of a longer one, and it's kind of like a compilation of a few different stories in one.
Awesome.
And we're gonna keep this person anonymous. But at the end of this story, I've just got some stuff to explain about this person.
Okay.
You'll understand when I tell you.
Okay, all right.
My mother and I had always been extremely close. And to most, she would appear very conservative, Christian, and a skeptic of anything that wasn't factual or able to be proved by science, despite her Christianity, which may seem contradictory, I know. She and I, however, had a penchant for watching very scary supernatural movies together, likewise sharing scary books, especially Stephen King. My mum shared several experiences with me that she witnessed in her own home. And the first one is that after my dad died in the 1990s, and now living alone after his death, Mum had the repeated feeling of a person sitting on the bed that she shared with Dad, feeling the mattress sag under a weight. After this happened several times, and just knowing that it was my dad, Jack, she moved out of that room permanently and into my old childhood bedroom. After about a year after her own mother died, and now still in my own childhood single bedroom, Mum woke up needing to go to the bathroom one night, about midnight, and without turning on a light, but having enough natural light in the room from the moon, when she sat up, she could see the apparition of her own mother standing before her and watching her from the doorframe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Still needing to just, which is pretty, I don't know what I would do.
I don't know.
Yeah. Just your dead mother staring at you.
I don't know. I can't imagine myself in that position. Like, would I be, you'd be scared, but also, I don't know.
But happy comforted? Weird. Yeah.
Comforted, yeah.
In a strange way. So, still needing to just really pee, she closed her eyes as she walked through the doorway, and through the apparition of her mother, she felt an extreme feeling of change in temperature as she passed through her.
Wow.
So, my mum died unexpectedly in 2000. So this is kind of the person that we've been, talking about. Her mother died in 2000. Although my sister and I had seen my mother 2 days before. After the funeral, we felt we needed to visit a psychic, perhaps for closure, maybe for some comfort, even though seeking out a psychic wasn't something we usually did.
Yeah.
We contacted a well-known psychic located 3 hours away and made an appointment for the day after Mum's funeral.
Yeah.
The psychic was given no names or fed no information prior to the appointments. I went in first, and I only offered her the information that Mum had just passed. Colleen the psychic held onto a piece of jewellery of mine, which was actually a ring of Mum's. And this is what came out of my reading. Your mum is holding hands with John and Myrtle. So John is my late dad who died in the 90s. However, everyone knew him as Jack. So this is who
That's weird. Okay.
the older lady was feeling sitting on the bed.
Wow.
And that's why she had to change rooms, because she felt someone sitting on the bed.
Yeah.
And she knew it was Jack. My late grandmother, my mum's mum, was Agnes Myrtle. However, she was known as Trixie. Two people who went by names vastly different to their birth names, yet the psychic picked this up straight away.
That's amazing.
Yeah, pretty cool. The psychic also said, your mum felt weird without her earrings, but she was glad with what you did with them. Mum always, without a doubt, wore earrings. I had given her a pair of gold Euro ball earrings probably a year or two before she passed away. My mum and my daughter were extremely close. I believe my mum's favourite person ever was my daughter. After my mum passed, my siblings and I were called to the hospital to say our goodbyes. A nurse asked me to remove her jewellery at the time. I removed the Euroball earrings, and 2 days later, it was my daughter's birthday, I cleaned the earrings up and gave them to her as a gift from her grandmother who had passed away. Something else that was passed on in this reading was your mum liked the cream suit that you chose for her funeral. My sister and I picked a lovely skirt and jacket that mum had only worn once. It was cream, an unusual colour for my mum to wear, but she looked beautiful in it. One of the most surprising things that Colleen the psychic told me was your mum wants to know what happened to her bra. So we engaged White Lady Funeral Homes to organise Mum's funeral. A representative came to Mum's house to collect clothes for Mum to wear in her casket. My sister and I chose the cream suit and everything else that was needed, but we searched and searched Mum's wardrobe and couldn't find any bras anywhere.
No way. The
Yes.
psychic picked up on that.
Yeah, how just like amazing. Now, Mum was ultra conservative. Not only did she wear a bra all the time, every single day, but usually stockings and a petticoat too.
Oh, wow.
She got cremated without a bra because we couldn't find one. It wasn't until after the funeral we were going through her cupboard deciding on what clothes to donate and what to keep when seemingly out of nowhere her bras dropped to my feet. We still don't know how this happened, especially considering we looked for so long to find these bras before her cremation. Years after my mum passed, my daughter and I were having a late movie night by ourselves when suddenly we could smell a strong odour of cigarette smoke. This freaked us out a bit because my mum was a heavy smoker and occasionally we've smelt this phantom cigarette smell in places that it shouldn't be. And we have always put it down to my mum being present. Then after the smoke smell, we both heard something really strange. It was melodic and soft music playing from a different area in the house.
Oh.
We started searching for the source of the sound and we followed it into my bedroom and then into my wardrobe. I pulled out what was making this beautiful song. It was a champagne bottle music box that belonged to my mum that was gifted to her and my dad on their wedding day.
What?
The bottle has a glass dome inside, and inside the dome are two small wedding figurines, one male, one female. And when you wind it up, a song plays and the couple dance together to a waltz song. The bottle has two mechanisms, a winder underneath and a switch to start.
Right.
The figurines were dancing to the music that was playing from the bottle, despite the fact there was no one else in the house other than me and my daughter. No one at all who could have wound up the bottle and turned on the switch or even had known that it was in my cupboard.
Yeah.
After all this happened, we were pretty flustered and spooked. But what we then discovered, after just settling back down again, after all this happened, was that around the same time the music had started and we smelt the smoke, the clock had ticked over to midnight. And it was now my mum's anniversary of death.
Oh.
The bottle has not played on its own before or since. So she's saying that it all happened around midnight, and then when it ticked over to the next day, it was her mother's like death anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's that story.
So oh my gosh.
Yeah, very interesting.
No, yeah.
So that's the end of the story, but I have to explain a little bit about that story.
Okay.
That is from my mother. That's from my mum. She, that's her story. So her daughter that she's talking about is me. And
oh my God, and Jack, I didn't even pick, I remember.
Yeah, Jack, and like her mother that she spoke about, that's my grandmother. And so I was there when we like smelled the smoke and the music box went off, and I got the earrings from my grandmother when she passed away. So yeah, I was bugging mum to submit that story, you know.
That's a really, really nice story.
It's very nice. Another confirmation of weird shit on the other side happening, you know.
Yeah. I really liked what the psychic was saying, just like how specific that is. I've
very
been
specific.
to one, but that was really interesting.
Very interesting. My mum still has, because I've been to Colleen as well. I went to Colleen like a few years ago, and she writes out all her readings, and my mum still has like everything all written, like her sheets of paper still. So I'll take some photos and we can post it on social media and stuff. And I also have photos of the music, like a bottle as well, and a video of the sound that it plays. So we can post
a great
that
idea
as well. Yeah.
But it is hard to imagine it, but that's
It's hard to imagine. I've never seen a music box like this before. It's literally like a bottle, almost like a bottle. It's tall. It's like, I don't know, maybe like 45 centimeters tall. And it's got this little dome, and it's the most beautiful thing. But yeah, we'll post a video so people can see what it's like.
Yeah. Okay. That was a great little turnaround. I did not expect that at all. Yeah. Awesome. Oh my God. Oh, that was really nice.
It's nice, isn't it?
Yeah. So what's the last one we've got here?
I thought we were just gonna have the longest episode.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the time now as well. This might be one of our shortest ones.
Yeah.
It's so hard to tell.
It's so hard to tell.
I think it's because we were quite tame at the start as well. We're like, let's just get
straight into the stories. Yeah.
So sorry about the lie, everyone, but, you know, it might be a bit shorter than we thought.
That's okay. Sometimes you just need something shorter, you know?
That's it. I know. Well, this one to end the night on is Jubilee's story. So thanks for sending this in, Jubilee. Hopefully I don't butcher it. So it was 2011 or 2012 when a friend of mine bought tickets for me and the person I was seeing to go to the quarantine station in Manly. Now, if you're not sure what the quarantine station is, I think me and Geordie have mentioned this before in the past. It's like a haunted location. It's got like a crazy history and stuff in Sydney. It's like a very popular ghost place to go to. And weddings, of course.
Of course.
It's beautiful. So I was seen to go to the quarantine station in Manly. I had no idea what it was, and I felt awful saying no as she'd covered the cost of them. So the night of the visit rolls around, and I'm off my frickin' tits, high as a kite, which way back then I pretty much was every day. Now, we get as far as the car park, as parking our cars, which is way up the top of the location. I looked at the person I'm dating and I said to them, we need to leave. They proceeded to hand me a joint to calm my nerves. Now, I'll interject the story quickly by saying I've struggled with spirit my entire life. My earliest friend was a little spirit boy named Aiken. He lived next door where, ironically, my parents bought that land and built onto, which has an array of other stories, let me tell you. So, back to the car at the quarantine station. I take a puff and we get out to start heading to the tour. We are all asked to get into a minivan that takes us all down to where the station is. Now, there were 2 other groups we had never met before also on the tour. We jump on the bus and I look back over to my lover and I say, I think this is a really bad idea. We can't go down there. Again, they calm my nerves. We head down on the bus. Once we all get off, we are asked to gather around so the tour guide can do a talk of some sort. It was at this point that I started to really burn up. I figured it was the weed. Perhaps I'd had a bit too much. So I ask where the bathrooms are and head over so that I can wash my face and pat down my arms and legs with water. And this is where shit started to get all a bit too much. I felt a pressure on my body, but it wasn't enough to lead me to believe anything strange was happening. I walked back out of the bathroom and my partner asked if I'm feeling better. And I was for about a minute. Suddenly, I'm seriously burning up again. When I say burning up, I mean to say if you're standing by a fire, like right up next to it, and you can feel that heat pulsating over your skin in waves. That's crazy. So anyway, I head back to the bathroom and repeat what I did before. However, the pressure I was feeling became quite noticeable. I head back out again to the group, and that's when shit got seriously real. I look at my lover and they're asking me if I'm okay now. I didn't really hear anything. I felt an intense blast of heat while I was in front of the 5 or 6 people I was with, within the group, plus the guide. And then I was forcibly thrown back about 4 meters by an invisible force.
A lot of meters to be thrown back.
That is crazy, yeah.
Yep.
I remember hitting the ground and my body felt like it was on fire. In my mind's eye, I saw the name John and saw hundreds of flowers. My partner raced over, and when I came round and opened my eyes, they had this, I don't know, it was like a horrified look on their face. They told me that my eyes were completely black. I sat up and I heard the group make kind of scared sounding noises. And when I looked at the group, the guide looked like he just saw a damn ghost. Ironic. The tour itself had a lot of other paranormal activity, but nothing like what I had experienced arriving. From that tour, I wound up leaving with 2 scars, one of which I still have to this day. It was in one of the rooms that I put my hand on a metal bench when suddenly the top of my hand stung. And when I walked into the light, I had these relatively deep slashes. Oh my fucking God.
Yeah, scary.
That part of my hand hadn't even touched any part of the metal bench. Unfortunately, my story doesn't end here, however. Over the next few months after the tour, weird things would happen at my partner's house where I stayed almost every day. Our dogs would bark at the stairs. A friend of mine was pushed on the staircase and I was dragged down several of the stairs also. God.
Pretty physical shit.
This is terrifying.
Yeah.
Our relationship became very damaged and both of us wound up in a spiral of depression. By the end of it, a friend who was studying to be a priest came over for a visit and he offered to do something for me. He did what was an exorcism of some sort. A strange moment that me and my partner both shared together during the cleansing was about 5 minutes in and we both at the same time let out a huge gasp of air. We didn't speak a word. A few months after going to the quarantine station, I called them up as they had mentioned that if we had any questions for them or wanted any experiences explained to us, just to contact them. So I called. I told them what happened and mentioned John and the flowers, and I had been thrown back that night. The lady seemed very taken aback. She said, "I'm sorry, we can't discuss that," and hung up. After all this, I remember seeing my brother who had passed on, his beautiful big eyes bobbing around. My late pop came to visit me a few times as well. His old man hat gave him away. I believe they came to check on me to make sure I was okay. It's over 10 years later, and I've been invited back to the station several times, but I know I'm not welcome there. God knows why. I think I'm all right.
Jubilee.
Oh, man. Like, I've been to the quarantine station, and I really felt very uncomfortable there.
Yeah.
And this is very, very intense to happen.
Very intense. This is why when I was like working out who was having what story, I was like, oh, Steph needs to have quarantine station because
I mean,
you've been there, you know.
We've got to go again. I'll definitely do it again, but I'm not spending the fucking night, but I'll do it.
We should definitely stay the night.
I know you want to stay the night.
We should for sure stay the night.
I'll actually. Well, look, we'll
I
talk
will.
About this off camera. I'm gonna have a heart attack thinking about it. I
pay you to stay the night.
maybe. I'm so scared just thinking about it. Oh my god, it is. Yeah, it's terrifying. There are certain like this location is huge.
It's
there's so many different spots, and there's a massive driveway that you go down a little minibus, and there's so yeah, it seems like I mean, if I had an experience like that, I don't think I'd go back either.
No, because
I think
it's
I'd feel very unsafe.
That's it. It's like unsafe physical shit that's happening. She sent me a photo of her scars on her hand that she got from the quarantine station.
Oh, okay.
They're very much visible and still there.
Okay.
So yeah,
okay. Because that's creepy. Yeah,
when something is able to kind of hurt you in that way.
Yeah, like leaving a mark on you or like having some sort of force is really scary.
It is very scary. And being, oh my God, thrown back 4 meters.
Yeah.
By an invisible force. I don't know
even
what
in
I
the
would do.
house, like having a friend been thrown down the stairs and
I know
herself as well. Like
I know, yeah. Oh, I would get the fuck out of that house. I would not be staying in that house. Yeah, although it's probably not even the house. It's probably something that
right, yeah,
followed them home from the quarantine station.
Yeah.
But yeah, we should definitely spend the night.
Yeah. we will get to that.
Yeah, we'll at least do a tour.
At least do a tour.
At least do a tour.
You know, I think we'll just need a few more listeners before
a few more Patreon followers.
A few more patrons.
Join us on Patreon.
To get myself to spend the night because I'll literally be like, I'll be there with like the big stick in the corner, just swinging. Like,
you can protect me.
I'll protect you. Oh, have a fucking GoPro and like a flashlight on my head at all times, like fluoro vest.
Get all like Zach Bagans on us with like the cameras on the chest and
I have a bulletproof vest on as well. I've been looking so ridiculous, but you got to be prepared. You know, as we just read, you just never know what the fucking happened. I'm not getting thrown downstairs, that's for sure.
Fuck no, not getting scars. Nothing.
Oh my god. I can't believe. Yeah, this is like an hour episode. Thanks for sending it in, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
You've got more, and if this is like, you know, tickled your fancy, if you're listening and you're like, oh my God, I've had something really similar to this, or
Yep.
And you know what? It's not just ghost stories.
It's
We
all
love
the stuff.
UFO stories. We like
yeah.
weird fucking shit that you can't explain. If you've seen a
Yes.
bloody yowie, if you've seen a dog man, if you've seen
Yep.
a frogman, dogman, frogman,
Oh yeah.
whatever.
I would
Let us know.
love to do like a UFO/alien specific listener episode, sorry. That would be
Yeah.
wild. If
There
you
are a few people out there that I
Yes.
know that have not sent it in yet.
I know.
And I know you're listening.
Yes.
We've got a few lingering around that definitely have UFO
Oh
stories.
yeah. Please send them
Yeah.
in, and we will love you forever because we just froth for the UFO stories.
Oh yeah.
Frothy, frothy. Yeah. Send them in. Well,
Hell yeah.
if you want to find us on social media, we're
Yeah.
Spooky Mountain Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. We should
TikTok.
and Twitter, but I've kind of been a bit slack with the
SpeakPipe
Twitter
as well. I'm going to mention this again because we don't really mention it too much, but we do have a thing called SpeakPipe where you can leave
yeah.
like a voice message. If you just want to say hi or like just leave like a little quick story,
Yeah.
we'll play it on an episode.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
if you feel like that's a better way to communicate instead of writing it out, because I know you might not want to write it out, so you can just leave it's just like a minute and a half recording or whatever. So
Yeah.
feel free to do that.
Yeah,
too.
yeah. You can find that through our website. So there's
Things
like
like the contact us page.
Yeah, it's on the contact page, and all you have to do is press a button, and it'll take
very
you
easy.
to the exact place that you need to go for that.
Yeah.
And we do have a Twitch, but we haven't been active on it yet. But I think maybe we will be soon. I think that's
Yes,
something that
I
we'll
think
start
we
doing
will
soon. So yeah, we really want to hear from you guys. We really hope that you've enjoyed another listener episode. We love doing these. They're so much fun.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, would love to do more. And
Yeah.
good way to start the year.
Yes.
My cats are going psycho. Oh my god.
Making a
great.
guest appearance.
Yeah, both of them are. Hopefully we get to hear some more stories soon, and I guess we'll be speaking to you guys next week.
Yeah,
We're in
we'll
it.
speak to you
2022.
then. 2022.
Yeah, baby.
Yay, bye. This episode of Spooky Mountain was created and recorded on land of the original custodians, the Gundungurra and Bidjigal people. We pay respects to the past, present, and emerging mob. My name is Geordie, and I'm a proud Gunya woman. Thank you for listening.